Hello there, unfortunate audience. My name is Olaterrio. Welcome to TF2 Classified. This is just a short video about my opinions on the game because I didn't have enough time to make a proper episode. I was really busy today, so instead I'm doing this. So why am I making this video? Because, well, it came out a while ago. I should have done a video then, but I decided to do it now because I'm fucking mentally insane. So, about this game. It is basically just a different version of TF2 that's more stripped down in terms of, well, you know, the fluff. There's a lot of fluff in the original TF2 in terms of, like, weapons and everything. So, this is a more streamlined version, I guess you could say. Performance-wise, I know that for certain. Performance-wise, this game is way better than the original TF2. And graphically, I think they changed a little bit of the lighting and shading to be more consistent with the beta. You can even enable beta muzzle flashes. So these use models instead of particles, which I fucking love. That's just funny. Should you be playing this version of TF2 over the original? Well, first of all, you need the original version of TF2 to even be able to play this. I think this one is actually slightly better for free-to-plays because I think you're able to type in voice chat as a free-to-play. I'm not certain about that. Don't quote me on that. Another showcase of the changed graphics for this game is Pyro. Pyro in TF2, I think, has the ugliest fire particles in human history because they look like they look like Half-Life 2 particles when they don't match TF2. But they changed it in this one, and it looks a lot nicer now. Not as big as it was in as in the original TF2, which I understand because Pyro tends to make a lot of visual clutter when he's using this fire. But this, I think, is a little bit too small. Maybe a little bit bigger than this, but that's fine. The gameplay is also a lot more consistent, and a lot of the classes have a lot of their weapons removed. So if I can show you guys the class selection, you can see that it's actually a lot more stripped back, which I guess is good for balancing, but it's kind of... We'll get to it more later. So if I go here, you'll see that we have the base flamethrower, and that's it. Shotgun with a couple of side upgrades, but that's it. And, like, one melee if you're lucky. Soldier has one melee. I don't think he even has... Okay, he has another shotgun. But, a good class. Nail gun, brick, and then just a bat. Some classes don't even have a secondary melee. They don't even have, like, multiple options in their item selection. Now, this is both a good and bad thing. For example, Demo Man, we already know how he plays, so we're not going to even go out to it. There's a lot of new options to pick and choose in this version of the game. I haven't even seen what the fuck this is. Okay, so it's like the ones that detonate instantly. That's odd. Yeah, you can jump with this. Takes a lot of health, though. There's landmines as well. In terms of whether or not these are balanced, I'm not quite sure, because I honestly haven't seen... I haven't played this game long enough to know if they're balanced or not, but they are interesting. I will give this game that. There are 100% interesting changes. The anchor, if you jump while holding this, you can do a little bit of a ground attack. That's kind of cool. That's cool. I like seeing that. So, the variety here, it is smaller, significantly smaller, but it is very interesting, too. None of the items feel like copies of one another, like they sometimes do in TF2. For example, you don't have a Liberty launcher in this game, which, to this day, I still do not understand why that rocket launcher even exists. Would you like to kill a scout with 2 rockets of your regular rocket launcher, or 3 rockets with a Liberty launcher? Which is significantly worse, but also you have 5 rockets, so it's not really that big of a deal. I don't understand, but that's besides the point. Certain other changes I noticed were that Sniper now has a little... I don't know what to call it. A little... What is it? What is it called? A tracer. Tracer. He has a little tracer now. It's hard to see. I think it's easier to see. Yeah, it's easier to see the further back you are. But he has a tracer now. I'm about to win my own game here, by the way. Just ignore that for a second. We might have to cut. I wasn't an MVP? But I'm the only person here! How could I not be MVP? I feel like that'd be physically impossible. That does not mean that this game is better gameplay-wise, though. Because there are still a couple problems. For example, Sniper is still too powerful. You can still fire way too fast. The tracers do help a little bit in terms of, like, determining where he's coming from and all that. But still, he's firing way too fast. He does way too much damage. And a good sniper is still far too oppressive in a game. I understand why they wouldn't want to change it too much. I mean, this is a slight change mod, not like a massive change mod. But still, I still feel like Sniper is far too powerful. While Cloak, 6% Cloak regen rate, 10% when damaged under Cloak. Okay, so this is basically a different version of the Death Ringer.
Attention.
My thought has always been that the Dead Ringer should work the same way that the escape plan works for Soldier, where it gives you a speed boost, makes you invincible, but also you take more damage while you're invisible. And lastly, the last one I'm going to talk about is Scout. He has a brick now, which I think works the same way the Sandman usually does, in which it slows people down, and the nail gun, which is a very fast version, which is basically the faster version of the syringe gun, which I don't know what the point of this gun is. I think some people said it was good for taking down buildings. I'm not sure about that. As a scout, you're not really supposed to take down buildings to begin with, whatever. But I guess, I mean, the Force of Nature was already bullshit for that. Or the regular scatter gun was also pretty good for that if you could find a corner to peek it from. But I don't know. That's just me being pedantic. But that was everything I was going to talk about here. So, should you play this game over the original TF2? I think it's actually kind of a mixed bag because, while this game is fun, don't get me wrong, and it's very optimized and beautiful, I still think the original TF2 comes out on top in terms of variety. You can do a lot more in that game. Shut up, announcer! But as I was saying, the original game, you know, you have a lot more variety, and there's nothing like the server browser in that original game where you can search for specific maps, only, and play on that. Well, you can sort of do that in this game, but there's a lot less servers because it's newer and everything, so, you know, the original game has a bigger player base and everything. Shut up, announcer. And all in all, like I was saying, there's more variety in the original. I think TF2 Classic is better if you're looking for a more casual TF2 experience because, first of all, the community is smaller. I don't think people try hard as much in this version of the game as they do in the other ones. And it's more mixed bag in terms of what you'll get, in terms of game modes, I mean. Sometimes you'll be playing a capture the flag map, and then you'll be on payload, and then you'll be on fucking King of the Hill, and then you'll be on fucking medieval mode. Like, it changes all the time here, which is nice in terms of variety. Did I just get booted out of my own fucking server? That's crazy. That's insane. Yeah. So I think if you're looking for a more casual, laid-back, smaller version of TF2 that doesn't have all the crazy wackiness that the other version has while still having fun game modes, I think Classified is a good option. But if you're looking for like the more varied version of the game, right, with more bullshit in it, you can suffer with the original TF2 like the rest of us.